Are A's fans, do they like the movie Moneyball?
I think so. And you know what's interesting is the first time I watched it, I hated it. The second time I watched it, I hated it. The third time I watched it, it was during COVID, so I just wanted to feel something.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Billy Bean's now one of my bosses, which is crazy to think about. Little pissed off I wasn't working for NBC Sports when Brad Pitt was here to like sit down interviews, but maybe one day, maybe for Moneyball too. Who knows? I think one of my best friends, FP Santangelo Jr., his dad played for the A's during the Moneyball year, and they show him every now and then. And he said that he'll watch it and like hate watch it. He's like, that's not true. That didn't happen. And I had actually Scott Hatterberg, who works for the A's still, beautiful human being. I had him on one of my podcasts and I said, what are some of the inaccuracies? And it's like the main one is Art Howe was not a butthead. He was a
Yeah.
precious baby angel. He was wonderful. We didn't sell sodas or anything like that. Like that wasn't a thing. And I think Hatterberg himself said, I didn't really struggle at first as much as we made it out to be. I like the actor portrayal of Ron Washington. I felt like that was very accurate. And because Wash is just like his own person. But I will say, like, just talking to Billy Bean, you get lost in what he says, and not in a bad way, just because he's so worldly and everything like that. But I liked how they embraced the actual Coliseum, just how special that was. But I think overall, fans do like the movie because it was such a magical time. That was actually the year I fell in love with the A's, and every single front office adopts something from the analytics department from that movie. And I think that's important as well, just because it made me think more. And I think about that, like, just from how the A's work. They love a super utility guy. And the reason why they like that is because of the Moneyball thing. And Ryan Noda, one of our first basemen, he gets on base. And that's Moneyball to a T. And I always pray that Joey Votto ends up on the A's one day because he also gets on base. So that's like immediate. I'm like, he gets on base. Like, what else do I need to say? So just stuff like that. And it actually shows the intricacies of the game. And when you talk to people who want to work in the front office because they're obsessed with stats, is because they find those little things. And it's a great thing for the nerds, like, and for me as a woman who can't sit on the panel with Braden and Michael Morse or Santangelo or any of those guys, or Stu, because I don't have an MLB background. I have to depend on those numbers because we need something to talk about because I didn't play up to a certain level. So I'm very thankful for that. But I think overall, not just A's fans, but baseball fans really embrace that movie.